Something shifted this week, and most people scrolled right past it. Microsoft released Scout. It is an agentic AI assistant built directly into Microsoft 365. It does not just answer questions. It takes actions across your documents, emails, and calendar on its own. Meta launched Business Agent globally. It handles customer conversations inside WhatsApp automatically. Amazon brought its AI shopping assistant to retail brands. And Endava built an entire AI agent network just to automate software delivery. All in the same week. This is not a coincidence. This is a pattern. And the pattern is telling you something important. The age of typing prompts and waiting for answers is almost over. What is coming next is agents. AI that acts. AI that works while you sleep. AI that handles tasks end to end without you touching a button. And right now, in June 2026, most people still have no idea how to use this. That gap is an opportunity, a real one. Let me show you exactly what is happening and what you can do about it starting today. So, what is an AI agent really? Because the word gets thrown around a lot. An AI agent is not just a chatbot you talk to. It is an AI system that can take a goal and complete it, step by step, on its own, without constant instructions from you. Think about it this way. A chatbot is like a calculator. You press buttons and it gives you answers. An AI agent is more like an employee. You give it a task. It figures out the steps, it executes them, and it comes back with results. That is a completely different level of useful. Here is a simple example. Imagine you run a small business. Every week you spend hours doing the same things, responding to new customer inquiries, moving leads into a spreadsheet, sending follow-up emails, scheduling calls, updating your records. An AI agent workflow does all of that automatically every single time a new inquiry comes in, no human involvement required. That is not science fiction. That is what people are building right now with tools like N8N. And this is where things get genuinely interesting because you do not need to be a developer to build this. You do not need to write code. You do not need a computer science degree. You need a free account, a couple of hours, and the willingness to experiment. Now let us look at what is actually happening in the real world right now because the news this week is full of examples. Microsoft Scout is now available inside Microsoft 365. That means if your workplace uses Outlook, Word, or Teams, Scout is already there. It can take a task like summarize all emails from this client this month, find gaps in my calendar, draft a status update from these notes, and it does it across multiple tools at once. That is agentic behavior. That is one AI coordinating multiple systems for you. Over at Meta, the business agent is now live globally on WhatsApp. A small business owner in Lagos, Toronto, or Manila can now have AI handling customer questions at 2 a.m. automatically in any language without a human support team. And Amazon is bringing AI shopping assistants directly to retail brands. So the experience of having a knowledgeable sales assistant guiding a customer through a purchase, that now runs on AI continuously at scale. These are not future announcements. These are live systems running today. And the people building skills around this technology right now are positioning themselves ahead of a very fast-moving market. If you're finding this useful, consider subscribing for more practical AI insights every week. So let us get practical. How do you actually build something like this yourself? The tool I want to walk you through is N8N. It is free to start, it is open source, and it is one of the most powerful workflow automation tools available to non-technical people. Think of N8N like a visual board. You drag in blocks. Each block is a different action or service. Gmail, Google Sheets, Slack, OpenAI, Airtable, Calendly. You connect them together and you tell the workflow what to do when something happens. That trigger could be anything. A new email arrives, a form gets submitted, a row gets added to a spreadsheet, a customer messages on WhatsApp, a new lead appears in your CRM. Once triggered, your agent takes over, it reads the information, it decides what to do next, it takes action, and it logs the result. Hold that thought for a second, because I want to be clear about something. You are not building some complex software product here. Your first workflow can be extremely simple, and it can still save you hours every single week. Let me give you a real starting point. Step 1, go to n8n.io and create a free account. Step 2, create a new workflow. Step 3, add a trigger. Start with something simple like a Gmail trigger. This fires every time a new email matches a certain filter. Step 4, connect it to an OpenAI node. This is where the AI brain comes in. Tell it to read the email and classify it. Is this a customer inquiry, a spam message, a partnership request? Step 5, based on that classification, route the email. Send customer inquiries to one folder. Log them in a Google Sheet. Send yourself a Slack notification. Draft a reply using GPT and drop it in your drafts folder. That entire workflow can be built in under 2 hours. Even if you have never done anything like this before, and once it runs forever. Every incoming email gets handled, sorted, logged, replied to without you touching it. This detail often gets overlooked. The time you save compounds. This week you save 2 hours. Next week 2 more. Next month you have reclaimed an entire workday. And that is just one workflow. Now here is what to automate first if you are unsure where to start. Pick the task in your work or life that you do most frequently, not the most complicated one, the most repetitive one, the thing you do the same way every single time. For most people, that is one of these. Responding to common emails, moving information between tools, scheduling follow-ups, updating records after a meeting, creating weekly summaries from scattered notes. Any one of these is a perfect first workflow. And once you build your first one, the second one takes half the time, because you start seeing patterns everywhere. You start noticing which parts of your day are just data moving from one place to another. And that is exactly what agents do best. They move data, they make decisions, they take action on your behalf around the clock. Now let me zoom out for a second, because the news from this week is not just interesting, it is directional. When Microsoft builds agents into every Office tool, when Meta automates sales conversations globally, when Amazon puts AI shopping assistants into retail brands, when Endava builds a network of agents just to ship software faster, the message is consistent. Agentic AI is becoming the default way work gets done, not the experimental way, the default way. And the people who understand how to build and manage these workflows are going to be valuable. Not because they know how to code, but because they understand how to think in systems, how to map a process, how to connect tools, how to hand a task to an AI and trust it to run. That is a skill, a teachable, learnable, genuinely useful skill. And right now, the number of people who have it is still small. This is that window. The one where getting in early actually means something. Not because early adopters are smarter, but because the skill compounds over time. Every workflow you build teaches you something. Every automation you run saves you something. Every hour you reclaim is an hour you can spend on higher value work, or rest, or building something new. That is what this week's news is really pointing at. Not just new tools launching, not just companies upgrading their software. A fundamental shift in what productive work looks like. And the people who lean into it now, in June 2026, will be the ones explaining it to everyone else in 2027. Start with N8NN, start with one workflow, start this week. The people building these habits right now will be ahead next year, and you already have everything you need to begin.